Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando, and first-time home buyers are really feeling the squeeze. This is your first time buying a home, right? And you are having the worst, the most horrible time trying to buy a house in this market. And a lot of times people don't know the reason why. And I'm here to share some stories with you of what's going on with first-time home buyers. I don't know if you're in the market to buy a home, but let's go over some things that are essential for individuals who are buying a home for the first time need to go over. And I'm going to explain this with a story. So let's jump right into it. So the article is Housing Market Squeezing First-Time Home Buyers. Now this article is out of Atlanta, so let's jump right into it. It says many of us, when we bought our first home, looked at a few. Then we take a few days to think about it. Only then would we make an offer. Today, it's about split second decisions, all sorts of compromises, and love letter. So love letters, I just want to jump on this and let people know exactly what we're talking about. That's letters that you're sending to a seller to let them know, like, hey, I really love this house. Hey, this is a picture of my family and we would love, can't you see us in this house? We're going to take care of the home. You're basically appealing to the seller's emotional side when it comes to the home. And that's what these letters are supposed to do. You're trying to say, pick me, pick me, pick me. I want to be in this home. I'm going to take care of the home. Not only am I going to pay you a little bit extra, but I'm going to take care of your home that you've been living in for X amount of years. And that's what that's for. It says today's housing market is not only hot, it's red hot. First time home shoppers, Jordan Bryant reads a letter she wrote to a seller of a home she loved to call her own. It says, we moved from Minneapolis after falling in love with Atlanta a few years back, young, married, and ready to start their family. The Bryants looked for permanent roots, their own home. We knew it would take some time, but not like it is now. This is the thing. In this market, guys, you have to be ready to pass up on deals. I cannot stress this to you guys, especially first-time home buyers. I cannot stress it to you guys. You do not overpay for properties because this is your first time going around. A lot of times people will decide, I'm going to overpay a ridiculous amount of money because this is going to be a home that I'm going to be in for the next 10 years. And by then, I would have made my money back, right? That sounds like a great investment, right? And it's not. Let me just tell you that right now, that is not the investment that you should be making, because you need to think about what you just said. I'm going to be in this property for X amount of years and I will get my money back in X amount of years. If you're going to take that logic, you need to put that logic towards your 401k. You need to put that logic towards investing in stock, investing in a rental property. If you're going to buy anything and expecting that you're going to get what you paid for it in the next 5 to 10 years, you're making a mistake on that investment. Investments are supposed to make you money, guys. Investments, and you are considering your home an investment. Investments are supposed to make you money. It's not supposed to just get up to its value that you paid for it 5 to 10 years later. Just imagine if you bought Apple stock, guys. Just imagine. Just imagine if you bought Apple stock and you said, you know what? I'm going to pay for Apple stock. I'm going to pay $100 for a share of Apple. But right now, it's only worth $60. I hope in the next 5 years that it'll get to that $100. That would sound crazy. But that's what people are doing in this housing market. So let's continue on. Let's continue on. She says, it's really tough. Housing stock is low. After 2008 housing market crash, home building stalled. The build back is creeping along just as millennials, now the largest generation, are looking for homes. Now, this is key, guys. Millennials are really looking for, every day, right? There's a bunch of millennials turning 30, right? And so they're turning 30, and what is the number one thing that most people, when they turn 30, want to do? They want to own a home. And if you are flush with cash, and this economy is giving you all of this money, you want to do something with it. And millennials are like, hey, this is a great time. Interest rates are really low. I've got, $10,000 in stimulus money. This is a perfect time to get into our first home. And so they're doing that. And there's tons and tons and tons, millions of millennials out there that are currently turning 30, that they're looking for their first home. Yeah, it's out there, guys. And you have to be aware that that is the competition that's out there. And then it says, so the Bryants, like many others, write home sellers personalized letters, house-specific love letters, she calls them. It brought such joy to us to see the photos of your family throughout, Jordan read, and to imagine our children growing up here too. They've lost so many homes on the market to quicker would-be buyers who offered well over asking price. What did she just say there? She gave the answer to her own question, even though they're writing these love letters. What is the one thing that is beating out these quote unquote love letters to sellers? It's money. She just said it. She just said, and I repeat, quicker would-be buyers who offered well over the asking price. So what does that tell you guys, especially first-time home buyers? What is that telling you guys? Does the money talk or does the love letters talk? You know, you can offer a seller at asking price and give them a nice, quote unquote, these love letters or these letters to sellers and have pictures of your family and all this other stuff and say how you would love to go to the school and all this other stuff. But what do sellers look at above everything else? It's the money. It's the reason why they're selling the home. They're selling the home because they want to make money. They want to make as much money as possible. And I'm not saying that these letters aren't helping individuals get to where they, make sellers make that decision. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that an individual who offers more money is more likely to get their offer accepted than someone who is asking at asking price and giving a love letter. That's what I'm saying. On the buyer side, it's just brutal, said Cynthia Bayer, a longtime realtor who said she's never seen the housing market like it is today. I did have one recently that was $200 above listing price. Oh, man.
Listen.
$200,000 over the listing price, guys. So you have a listing price at $300,000 a home, and people are offering $200,000 over the asking price? Maybe I need to sell my house. That's what people are selling over the asking rate. $200,000. This is what people are losing out to. And this is the thing, guys. Why would you pay basically double, almost double, double what the house is worth? There's no way you're going to get your money back, guys. I'm telling you, there is no way. So please don't make this mistake. Oh man, that's horrible. And then it says, that's over an already beefy asking price. And so many are all cash offers that first-time home buyers can't even compete with. Jordan recalled, we got beat out by an all cash offer on our last round. Her husband, Dan, and that all cash offer was $50,000 over the listing price too. First-time home buyers, much less than most of us, can't compete with that. So they try other avenues to appeal to the seller. And that's what they're talking about. Instead of offering cash, these guys are offering these letters. And I'm telling you, the letters, in most cases, I can't say in every case, but in most cases, it won't matter, guys. You can't appeal to someone who's asking for money with a letter. Like, it just doesn't happen. Then it says, we are all doing everything from waiving appraisals to having appraisal gaps to cutting down due diligence period. And I have had friends who waive inspection in other areas. And that is something I would never compromise or even consider, Dan said. And Dan is right. Like, you shouldn't consider any of that. You as a buyer say, you know what? I'm just going to not do an appraisal. First of all, if you're doing financing, you can't get away with that. You just can't. The banks are going to make sure that you get an appraisal, but you can't. The inspection, why would you get rid of the thing that is stopping you from buying a bad investment? That's what the inspection will do. The inspection will let you know if this is a solid investment for you and your family for years to come. And if you're going to just wave that away, it's almost like you're asking to flush your money down the toilet, guys. You can't do that. So here are some suggestions. House shop before you're ready so that you can decide as a couple what you want to live in. Have your financing set before you start. Agree as a team how far you're willing to go and set limits, and try to make a connection with the seller. Now, the one thing that I want to say about this that's really big about first-time home buyers and what you can do is the key thing is agree as a team how far you're willing to go and set limits, guys. That is like one of the biggest key things you can do. You need to speak to your realtor and say, look, I'm not willing to spend X amount of dollars over this. And you need to stick to it. You need to set limits and be able and understand that you can and you will walk away for anything that does not meet these requirements or does not fit in your budget. If it goes over that price amount, be willing to walk away from it. No matter how much you love the property, it's not worth going into debt for. It's as simple as that, guys. And then it says the realtor won't allow her clients to send pictures, to mention their names, or anything about ethnicity, religion, or sexuality. She said stick to the love of their home. Now that's true. You go ahead and you write these letters, you send in pictures and all this other stuff. Some people will discriminate against you, and you don't want that. You don't want, some people will. That's just the way that it goes. It's unfortunate, but some people will look at you and go, I don't want this person to buy my home because of their skin color. Some people will say, oh, I can tell maybe this person is Jewish or a Christian or whatever it may be, and they will discriminate. So why give people ammunition to do that? And just don't do any of that. Just stick to your love of the home is what she's saying. So at the very end of the day, guys, what I'm trying to say, and reason why I did this video on this story is because these guys are trying itching every way to try to get a house. And first time home buyer, I just want to say, do not overpay for a property. Do not give away your inspections and your appraisals and all that other stuff. Stick to your guns. And at the end of the day, you will be able to find a property that fits you and that allows you to keep all of the safeguards in that you need to purchase a home. So I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here. This is about getting to your first rental property, as I always have promised, guys, and also keeping up with this crazy housing market. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.